Hello again. It is Mrs. May, day 3 and also day 4. So this short lecture today is also just going to incorporate into day 4. I don't think I need to go through the motions again, but I'm just going to go through all of them today. You can listen to half of it and then, just pause it and play it the next day when you're working on the other 5. And that'll make sense as we get going. I do apologize if you hear my dogs in the background. Every time that I speak, sometimes they feel it is necessary to talk, as you can hear them behind me. Boys. So hopefully they will calm down, but I cannot promise anything. If it gets too much, I will totally put them away, okay? But they've been cooped up, so I want to just keep them out just with me right now. So day 3 and day 4. So actually, let's change this just so for visual purposes. Okay, so outsiders task cards. Okay, if you were in my classroom, we would have been obviously broken up into groups and we would rotate every 4 to 5 minutes between each task card around the room. Okay, in this case I just wrote them all here on Google Slides and used Pear Deck, which you guys could then show me your answers using that. But again, because we're not really seeing face-to-face or I'm able to help you through this, we're just going to go through each task card. And all I want you guys to do is get a Google Docs, okay? So just open that up right next to it as much as you have your Outsiders book beside you as well. Just title it, okay? First and last name, C. May. All right, and we're just going to do task cards. Or we can actually put the Outsiders task cards. Task card responses even, that's totally fine. Just anything along the lines with your first initial, last name, so I know who you are, and just what's going on, just the task card is totally fine, okay? We'll just title it to, okay, oh, goodness, my typing today, I tell you. All right, Cassandra May, Outsiders task card responses, okay? And then task card number 1. And again, literally we're just answering the questions. It would have been around the room, like I said, timed. But in this case, just work at your own pace. Maybe even set your cell phone timer or just a computer timer, whichever, to kind of just keep you on pace so you are not spending too much time on one and not enough time on the other. I've seen that trend with the kids over the years. Definitely giving them pacing really helps, especially when you have to take your air test in the spring, which is so much fun. So for this purpose, I would suggest maybe 4 to 5 minutes to get through each task. Okay, so let's just go back real quick. So the slides are shared with you, just like I said, and just go through. Okay, so task 1. All right, I'm asking about point of view, and I'm asking how to describe someone from a certain point of view. So using 6 adjectives, I want you to describe a gang from a gang's point of view. Okay, so again, we could just say, so describe the Socius gang from the Socius point of view. Okay, or you could do from describe the Greasers gang from a Socius point of view. So any way you want to swing it, just plug in Soc or Grease in between that and give me 6 adjectives. Okay, I'd also like you to explain each adjective. So why did you pick tough? Why did you pick, I guess I don't want to rhyme and say rough, but I did in my head. So tough, rough, loners more so, family, anything that you have. I mean, that's actually a noun, but again, adjectives. So kind of just go back into your word bank, figure out how you would describe a gang, okay? And then again, so literally here, okay, it would be Greaser gang from Socia's point of view, okay? And you can number it and then explain, so tough, and then, just continuing the explanation. I really don't need a paragraph here, but I would like fluid sentences, you know what I mean? Tough describes a member of the Greaser, or describes the Greaser gang because, and that key word, because. A lot of you love to forget the because part or the explanation part or the why part. So please tell me why. Okay. Task card number 2. All right. So we're going to do the same thing using 6 adjectives. Describe a gang from society's point of view. So this kind of really intertwines the conflicts that you guys did the day before with society and, just being a member of either gang and the conflicts and stuff. Like, what would someone say about either one of the gangs in society? So what would people on the west side say about the people on the east side, or vice versa? Okay. And again, same exact thing. We'll start it off. Task card. I'm so sorry about my dogs, but I really hate to put them away. This would be, we'll do Greaser Gang from the West Side Society's point of view. Okay, and again, the West Side would be the socials. Okay, so again, same thing. The first adjective, whatever it is, make sure you have a because and a why and a explanation. Okay. Oh, they're putting West. I'm gonna put West Side with it. Okay. Thank you, Grammarly. Okay. Task card number 3. Predict the effects of a person being stereotyped either positively or negatively. Okay. So keywords here: predict. Okay. I should definitely underline that. And you can do either positive or negative. So just pick either side. Like I said, we'll get rid of this guy. Positive or negative. So just pick positive side. What's the, the effects of that and being stereotyped, or the negative effects. Okay. Task 4. Provide a series of examples. I'm going to literally underline the S, as to how a gang can be both a positive and a negative influence on its members and society. Okay, so with all those little keywords in there that a lot of 8th graders, you guys like to just kind of skim through, find that first word, write it down, move on. So I should be saying a few examples, so 2 or more of how a gang can be a positive and negative influence. And then I want 2 on its members and 2 on society. So really dissecting that, the conflict between members or society, and it's, and then with the gangs. And how is that influenced? Okay. Task 5 is to summarize the plot of The Outsiders. Okay. Summaries, all right? I'm not wanting literally a play-by-play of every single thing that happened in every single chapter. Summarize. I would say, 10 to 20 sentences, 15 to 20. You could probably get the most of the book. All right. And I'm not saying I want you to tell us everything that happened. This is almost could easily be to a summary that you want someone to read who then really wants to read the book itself. Okay. So make it kind of with some hidden agendas in there, but not so little that they really like, okay, this is kind of confusing, or this wasn't, this was too much. I pretty much just read the book, as a summary. Okay. All right. Now, so right here, task 5, this would be the end of day 1. So this is what I want you guys to work on today and to get through all 5 of these. All right. And then even using some extra time later on to clean them up, make sure all the grammar's correct, all your sentences are complete, there's no fragments, capitalization, all that good stuff, spelling, etc. All right, and then the second part, like day 2, would be 6 through 10. Okay, so we're just going to do 5 on Wednesday today, and we're going to do 5 the next day, or whichever day it falls on your calendar. Okay, so, but again, I'm still going to explain all of them today, and you can just pause me right now if you like. All right, so task 6, identify the causes and effects of Johnny telling Ponyboy to stay gold. Okay, use details from the story as well as your own inferences. Okay, so you should have a couple reasons why, or a couple reasons because, couple reasons explanation, of these causes and these effects of their relationship, and especially when Johnny said to stay gold. Okay. And I would say too, you can just keep going with this, or you could even say, like, The Outsiders, task card. Oh gosh. Day 2. To even be even more organized. And again, for me, that's how my brain breaks stuff down. This would either you can do day 1 and day 2, or you can just keep going 1 through, all the way 1 through 10. Okay. So number 7, identify the parts of a greaser or Soch's normal appearance. Create a picture presenting the normal appearance, okay? And for this, your picture can honestly be just bullet points, okay? Really kind of like giving me in that bullet pointed list, greaser's appearance, bullet pointed list, Soch's appearance. And I think when I read through that, I'll be able to kind of just see how you identified and how they're a little different, maybe, just because kind of almost like a compare and contrast as well. All right, but definitely just give me your list for task 7. Okay. Aha. Right after another, compare and contrast a greaser to a Soch. All right. Literally comparing and contrasting this time. I want you to focus on common characteristics and important differences. So again, just same thing, clear cut, just like compare. Compare, all right, seeing what's in common, and contrast, finding those differences. So I'm talking everything from their styles, could even jump off of, task 7 with the appearance, and their personalities, their backgrounds, where they, like, their side of town, their morals, their ethics, like anything you could possibly think of. Comparing and contrasting a greaser from a Soch. All right, we're almost done. Task 9, using a text evidence. Okay, so literally, let's just read that again. Using text evidence, so important. Using text evidence, cite at least 3 examples, of each type of conflict in the novel. Man versus man, man versus self, man versus society, man versus technology. And guess what, guys? Yesterday you did this, so you could pretty much copy and paste all of your answers, just picking 3 of them. Maybe 1 from each category, 2 from man versus man, however you want to swing it, and putting it into your tasks. Okay, so this really does intertwine, like I said earlier, to our focus that was yesterday with conflicts. So that one, pretty easy peasy. Okay, and lastly, identify the effects of Ponyboy's parents dying on the Curtis boys and like the greaser gang. Okay, use details from the story as well as your own inferences. Okay, so use details, and I also want to see a little bit of your own. So why do you think, if you were a greaser, and you were in these situations and your last name was Curtis, what would happen? So sorry, Wyatt is drinking water right now. What do you think let me rephrase that. How would your life be today because of that? Okay, and then obviously just really bumping off of more as the family whole of a greaser too. Like, how does that affect you as a person? Okay, so again, from the story for sure, and definitely put your own spin on it and your personal views or experiences. Okay, other than that, should be pretty good. So again, like I said, this is a 2-day project. So please only do the first 5, then give your brain a break, okay? Again, like I've said in the past lectures, email me with questions, but once this is posted, I'll just assume that you're ready to go, and I will, grade accordingly, okay? So hopefully you'll be able to just learn more and more as we keep going, and you're really able to really dissect this book with me through these task cards, okay? All right. Have a great night, guys.